going on, everybody? Hope everybody's having a fantastic day today. So I wanted to hop on here and kind of give you an update on my medication journey. So I made a video on Vyvanse, generic versus name brand. Well, the video I made before that was my experience with generic Concerta. The manufacturer was Trigen. So I wanted to kind of give you an update since my last video with Vyvanse. In that last video, I mentioned how Vyvanse kind of messed with my moods pretty badly. I just didn't do well with that specific medication. So I want to kind of hop on and kind of give you an update of what the psychiatrist decided since I saw him on Wednesday. So originally when I started my ADHD medication journey, I started with generic Concerta, which was Trigen. And I made a video on how it affected me, how the inconsistency was just kind of like all over the place. So he decided to prescribe me Concerta, 27 milligrams. So I have been taking this medication for at least 5 days. So I kind of wanted to give you my experience with it and just, compare it to the generic. So first off, I'm gonna tell you straight up, the generic versus name brand. I feel like name brand, it's almost like night and day when it comes to this medication between name brand and generic, because I feel like name brand, everything about name brand for me has just been so consistent with everything. I feel like just the whole level of build and the leveling out and then the drop is so incredibly different compared to generic. And so far with the name brand, I've had 0 dumps of medication. I've had 0 spikes. It's literally been like this the whole time. And I've noticed that my symptoms have improved as far as like just the whole motivation, getting up and doing things, remembering where I put things. Everything about it has been just incredible with name brand. And I just feel like my moods have become so much better. My patience is better. Everything about it for me personally has just been better overall versus the Vyvanse and everything else I've tried. But that's just my experience. So I feel like the name brand plays a huge difference in the consistency and just the overall experience. And I feel like it lasts all day. With the generic, I was literally getting maybe for about 5 hours of usage, and then it was done. I don't feel no euphoric feeling. I don't feel like the therapeutic. I slightly do when it kicks in, but once it kicks in and levels out, like there's no therapeutic feeling. I just notice all my symptoms just kind of, they disappear and things just become easier for me. And I know a lot of people aren't going to have that same experience on this medication. I'm just telling you my experience. And I know a lot of people's insurance aren't going to cover this name brand. That's the downside to name brand, because I looked up my cost for this particular medication, and with insurance, my copay was $50, but the insurance said that it was $388 without insurance. That's how much it would have cost me. But because of my insurance, it was $50 before the Concerta coupon. And if you're unaware with the Concerta coupon, you can find it on their website. And I'll actually post it right here. If you look right here, this is the information that you can use for a coupon card. So if you have insurance and you're looking to get name brand, I would say it's worth a try. If you have experience with the generic medication and you realize the inconsistency is like there, I would say name brand is worth the try. But like I said, every medication is going to work differently for every individual. Everybody works differently with this stuff. It's not one size fits all. It's going to be completely different for everybody. But if this particular medication works for you and you feel like generic just isn't doing it for you, I would say try name brand. And it's worth the try because I feel like I've tried so many different medications, and this is the one I originally started on, and I felt like this was the best one, but the generic just wasn't doing what I was hoping it would do. So the psychiatrist decided to try it again, and I feel like this time it's really working for me. And I really hope that whoever's watching this video, that if it does work for you, I hope that you can find answers, and I hope that you can find the right solution to get your symptoms fixed, because I know the struggle, I know what it's like. And for me in particular, my mood regulation is so bad without medication. I feel like this medication right here is so good for my mood regulation in particular, because I have such a bad temper and just my moods are always all over the place, and this particular medication is a lifesaver. And I just can't stress enough on how much this has helped me and my family, and anybody out there who's struggling with the same thing. You know what? I really hope that you can find answers. So I just want to give you my experience. I appreciate everybody stopping by. Thank you for checking out this video. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I'd be more happier to answer any questions you may have or comments. So thank you for taking your time to check out this video. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.